Hi ladies, gentlemen. This is stained glass window project part 1, making the design on tracing paper. You're going to need tracing paper, a ruler, a pencil, a Sharpie or a pen, and possibly a white colored pencil. First, ladies and gentlemen, there's 4 basic ideas or designs that I'm going to tell you about. The first is simple design, which is hand-drawn or ruler-drawn shapes in a rectangle. Another type of simple design can be inside a frame that's a different shape. The third design can have a silhouette in the inside connected to the leading or lead lines, and you'll see how that works a little bit later. And then the last possible idea for people is a complex design, where they actually find an image or draw out an image, and then we trace that image and have to change it into a stained glass window format. So no matter what, I'm going to start the same way as if we're doing a simple design. On your sheet of paper, generally 9 by 12 rectangle, we make the border, which is just one line, and the edge of the paper, and that line is about 1/4 of an inch in or thick, and we're going to call that the frame. Like normal, please put your name and code on the edge of it, and we use a ruler whenever possible. And a good guide for the thickness is the thickness of a pencil. And I usually will tell the students to write out the word frame on the outer edge, because it's the only time you're drawing one line, and the outer edge of the paper is the quote unquote second line, and that's what makes the thickness for your design. Then for anybody who's just learning, we have practice lessons. I'll just have students take their paper and now on the inside begin to draw double lines that will then allow for shapes. So you have to do double lines, and those are called the leading or lead lines. And every single time that you make a shape, it has to either be surrounded by the leading, which are the double lines, and or the frame, or both. So I have students write out leading or lead lines on a few of the double lines, just so you can kind of keep in mind that you need to have that double line format. You must have it. If you're only drawing one line, it's not going to translate correctly into the format you need for the stained glass window project. So like, see right here, I just made a single line. Nope, I can't do that. Any shape that I make has to have that double line around it. And then occasionally you're going to see me put X's inside the shape. That means that shape is going to be cut out and eventually replaced with the glass, which in our particular case on the final project is just colored tissue paper. So any single time I make a shape, I make sure that it is surrounded by double lines on all sides. And then again, whenever I make a shape, I put X's on the inside. So you have to be able to double check your work and make sure that it actually has that double line format, and all shapes are surrounded by leading or the frame. Now, we're going to skip to complex designs. The students will usually pick some kind of image. Generally, we print it, find it on the internet, and I print it out for them. So the first thing you need to do is you want to trace your design. Occasionally, people find images or draw images that already have a double line around it, but for just the purpose of learning, I picked something that really didn't have a thick enough line. So first I trace the image in the center, and then the next thing again is I'm going to proceed to make a frame approximately 1/4 inch thick, or the same thickness of a pencil, on all 4 sides. So that's my frame. Now what I'm going to do is I have to change my image into a format that works with a stained glass window. So I'm going to go around the whole image, making a second line that would be my double line. I'm going to make it around the antenna and around the whole body of, I think this is plankton. Then what I'm going to do is on the inside, I'm going to make a double line around all of the shapes that are going to have a different color from plankton's skin color. So I made a shape around the mouth, around the tongue, and around the eye. And then I have to make sure that it connects to the double line of the shape for his body. Right, so any area that's going to have a different color has to be surrounded by that double line leading. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I can freehand draw, or I could have used a ruler to draw a design that connects from the double line leading of the image to the frame. And I'm going to just kind of put in wavy patterns. If you see the examples that I showed at the beginning, you could see a lot of people did a lot of different things based on their interests. And then any areas that I mark with an X are the areas that are going to be cut out and removed eventually with color tracing paper. So this is the sloppy copy, but it is also the blueprint that helps us go on to the next step. Good luck!